Yeah, it's up.
Okay.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I am your hostess with the mostest, Gwen Green Aguiote, aka G Money, and this is Bless and Be Blessed Homeless Prevention. And we are here to ring the bell and raise the alarm at a situation that has become an epidemic in America and around the world. And that is homelessness. But we're not just talking about just any homelessness, any population. We're talking about the men and women who are our heroes, the veterans who gave their life, laid down, left their families, left their businesses to protect and serve the citizens of America. Many of them, 1 in 4 homeless men, are veterans,
For some.
and that's horrible. That is, those statistics are horrible, and something needs to be done about it. Many of these people are not getting their benefits, and they don't know how to get them. A lot of them suffer from PTSD, um, and so they need help. And then the next population that is on the rise are our senior citizens, our treasures. This is our treasure. Most countries don't think about putting their elders in nursing homes, or God forbid, them being in the street. And that population, as we saw last night, is on the rise. And a lot of it is not because they don't have money, they don't get money, they don't get enough. Landlords are raising rents by double and triple. Interest rates are going sky high. They may lose a partner. They may get an unexpected illness that render them incapable of working. We saw this. It blew my mind that the hospital would put a person out who they know have to live in the woods. And the lady said if somebody was to attack her, she had no ability to fend them off. This is a travesty. Oh my goodness, please go and look at last night's uh, recording at blessandbefacebook.com/blessandbeblessed homeless prevention. You have to see it, and it's riveting. All of the videos over there tell a story that the public must hear. Next are the disabled, people who may have their only crime is they outlive their care providers or outage the city ran out of funds, or states are diverted funds from the program that provided housing, and so they're on the street, unable to even care for themselves. Then women and children, and they fall victim to the homeless that many people who refuse to get involved because they think in their minds that homeless people are drug addicts, bums, criminals. That's what homeless people are. But all of the segment that we help, those individuals are the ones that fall victim to those people. We're not talking about housing criminals, housing drug addicts, housing bums, people who choose to victimize other people. Now, I do people who are on drugs, that's a sickness, and there need to be programs for them. But we're not talking about that element. We're talking about the veterans. We're talking about the senior citizens. We're talking about people with disabilities. And eventually, by us lifting that burden off of the temporary programs that are in place, and we're talking about answering this, meeting this challenge with a permanent, self sustaining process. You're going to love it. And we're going to get ready to turn it over to our founder, Lizelle Vogel, who will share about that. We also have another video, and this is going to knock your socks off because we have to become aware. Awareness is the biggest issue. Okay, so we are here every night to bring awareness, to ring the alarm, sound the alarm, and ring the bell. And we are here also to invite each of you to join us in this fight. And you'll learn more about that on our fundraising platform and our 1 in a Million Founders Club. We're going to talk about that. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our founder, Lizelle, and who will share some information with you, some powerful information, as only she can tell it. All right. Here you go,
Well,
Lizelle.
I am coming in here today with a warning. I'm coming in here with a warning. All Americans need to heed to this warning. Gwen, I'm going to ask you if you would to share the screen and pull up a video that I sent to you earlier today about a lady. I think it's not the last one I sent you, but the next to the last one. This lady's in her 60s, having to sleep in the streets. When you hear this story, you're going to understand that this could very well happen to you. Our society in the United States has changed. And we have, I would like to say, evolved to a good place, but it is not. It is not. Through many, many years of depression, recession, inflation, we are at a point now where our senior citizens are unhoused. A very large population of them are unhoused. And if we don't get a grip on this, it's very possible you're going to wind up being one too. And I'm going to tell you exactly how, because you may think that you're in a very good place right now and you have made provisions for your future. You've got it under control, but I'm going to tell you things do happen. But here's something that is going to happen if we do not pull together as Americans and do something about this situation. So we have a solution to this problem, and it's very simple and very easy. It only involves all Americans pitching in a couple of quarters every week, 4 little quarters every week. If all Americans do this, we can end this homeless situation for our elderly people, our veterans, and our disabled people. It won't take long to do it either, but we do need all Americans to pull together for this. And I'm going to tell you why the Americans need to do it, because a lot of people think, oh, well, it's not my problem. That's not my problem. Let the government take care of it. Well, let me tell you what that attitude will do for us. It will hurt all of us. That will hurt all of us, because what the government does, the government charges us for. We pay for it in taxes. So unless you want a major, huge tax increase because the government takes on housing all these homeless people, what's necessary here is the fact that what's missing. Why this is happening is because there's not enough affordable housing for people who are living on incomes of less than $1,000 a month. Most people are struggling right now to make it on a $2,000 or $3,000 a month income. They're struggling with that. So when you've got people who don't even have $1,000 income, where are they to go? Where are they to go? It's not that they have no income, it's just not enough to live in today's cost of living. But if the government is going to create all of that housing for all of these people, which this population of homeless elderly people is growing by leaps and bounds so fast because all the baby boomers are now hitting 60s to 70s, and there's more every single day that have that birthday, and they have outaged the job market, or they have disabilities, and they now are forced to live on that minimal amount of income, that very minimal Social Security income, and it's not enough for housing. If they're fortunate to have a car, they sleep in their cars. But if they don't have a car, and that car eventually is going to break down, and the city's going to say it's got to be off the streets, so then they got nothing. But at the same time, how can you live in a car, really? You have no place to cook, no place to bathe. There's no way to live. And these are people who worked and paid taxes for 40 plus years of their life. So this is a kind of an absurd, ridiculous situation that we see here happening. But let me tell you, it's going to get much worse, much worse. We're already watching it this last couple of weeks. The amount of housing in general increased by 20%. The majority of that is because of the senior citizens. They're not drug addicts. They're not alcoholics. They're not criminals. These are people who worked all their life and paid taxes. And this is what they're forced to live in now, in the richest country in the world. But we have a simple, easy solution to this problem. But let me explain to you. If the government takes on providing this low-cost housing, you will be taxed for that. It will come out, they're going to raise taxes to cover the cost. And when that happens, people who own rental properties where people are living now, families with children, they're going to experience a cost increase in rent because the landlords are going to want to compensate. If they're paying more in taxes, they're going to raise their rents. It's going to force and drive the cost of real estate and the value of real estate up more. And the landlords are going to increase rent. And more people are going to be homeless than what we have right now. If they're struggling already, how are they going to manage that? So then we're going to have even more homeless people. And you're going to be paying for it. You're going to be paying taxes to help compensate the government for building all that affordable housing. So in order to keep that from happening, guys, we have to become united about this one issue in this country. I got a real issue right now with America being divided about everything in the world. This is one thing we need to come together on. Our elderly people, our veterans, and the disabled people should not be sleeping in the streets. It's a disgrace, and it's hard for me to be proud as an American. Honestly, it is hard for me to find a reason to be proud that I'm American when I see this happening. But all it takes to solve this problem, all it takes is very simply all Americans coming together and committing to $5 a month. Just $5 a month. I promise you, your taxes will go up more than that if the government takes on housing all these people, creating affordable housing for them. $5 a month, and we can fix this problem. The solution is very simple and very, very easy. But first, I want you to listen to a video. Gwen, I'm going to let you play that video. This lady is a perfect example of somebody maybe just like you. Maybe just like you, and how this can happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone. Let me see. Am I sharing my screen or is Gwendolyn sharing? I'm seeing.
I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, you're sharing. That's not the video. I want you to go up
This is
one
not the
more
last
in
one?
that list.
Okay.
No, this one I'm gonna share that one in just a minute
Oh,
because that
okay.
has to do with the solution.
Let's get back up out of
Yeah.
here then.
But first, I
Okay.
want people to hear this lady's story because it's just a very good example and just shows you really what it's like to, be sitting on top of the world and then find yourself in the gutter. And it can happen to
All right.
anybody.
All right, give me 1 minute here. Let's get back. One. We don't want that one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Over here.
She's wearing an orange shirt in there.
Well, unfortunately, there's no, there are only words on here, so it's kind of hard to
Oh,
see
that's interesting.
which one it is. Okay, so that was the last one. So let's pull up the next to the
And,
last. Is this
You're watching
Wait a minute.
NB.
Nope, this is aging. Give me one moment. We'll find it, folks. Lizelle, you want to keep on talking? I'm going to stop sharing.
yeah, yeah,
You can
yeah.
talk.
She's sitting on a street, in the street, wearing an orange blouse. And, so, guys, you know, homelessness is something we all have to start thinking about in terms of it being our own responsibility. My Bible teaching taught me that I have a responsibility. I have a calling. God has called me to house the homeless, feed the hungry, and clothe the naked. It's biblical.
Brenda.
Yeah. We all have
Yeah.
obligation. So there we go. All right. So we all need to, you know, Christian or not, these are our sisters and brothers in this country. And you could very well end up just like this lady here. So Gwen, I'm going to let you go ahead and play that. And then I'm going to come back in and tell everybody what the simple solution to all of this is.
Awesome. Here we go.
We're here in New York City.
Yeah, I came here in January.
You're sleeping right here on
Right.
the streets on 7th Avenue.
Yeah, I feel safe here, and there's always people around, and it's lit up pretty well. And if it rains or the weather's bad, I can go into Penn Station.
So what happened?
Well, my life was pretty good, actually. I thought I worked 35 years. I graduated college, but in 2011, I entered a bus in San Diego, California. And as I stepped into the bus, someone stepped out of the bus, but the driver was looking at the man stepping out of the bus, saying goodbye to him. Didn't know I stepped in the bus, so when he moved the door to take off, he knocked me down. I wasn't hurt yet. It was when he floored the gas pedal. My left leg swung across and slammed into the steel door. It didn't have rubber on the door. The bus was not supposed to be out of the yard. The ambulance took me, but he didn't follow protocol. They didn't bring a supervisor. They didn't pull the bus. He just went on normal schedule.
So you were seriously injured.
Well, permanent nerve damage. I mean, I've had nerve conduction tests and 4 MRIs. I'm permanently damaged. I can't bicycle. I can't run. I get what's called pain inhibited, and I can only take pee-pee steps. My legs close up like a flower, almost, kind of like that.
But you weren't able to have any recourse with the bus company or anything?
Well, I filed a lawsuit myself in Superior Court, but this lawyer, young lawyer, was recommended to me, and I took her. And she started out good, Melissa DeLeon, and she's got 2 demur motions to strike thrown out. But then I caught her lying. She told me she wanted me to say I tripped over the kneeler, and I never tripped over anything. I stepped straight into that bus like I normally would. Every day I was doing 100 steps 3 times a day at the convention center, riding my pink beach cruiser, okay, to Santee. I was riding it 10 miles a day. I mean, I think I'm a fall risk. I'm not going to do 100 steps a couple times a day. I would have killed myself. I didn't trip over anything. And my injury, the location of it, is not conclusive that I could trip unless my leg turned like this, which my legs are straight. My weight's even. But anyway, she said that the judge ordered mediation, which he never did. And they really threatened me, screamed at me all in my face, her lawyer, the mediator, to settle, and I said no. And so she told me she needed out. She wanted out of the case because she would have got caught committing legal malpractice. So I let her out because she didn't even have any discovery on the defendant. So I let her out, and then the judge said, I dismiss this case without prejudice. You have every right to sue, but you got to start all over again. Well, between pain, depression, pain management, rehab, I never started again. It got me down that I lost my physical activity because I was always hyperactive, very movable my whole life. And I don't know if the statute's over, but if it isn't, I really would like to start it over again.
So how'd you get here? I mean...
Okay, when I worked 35 years, I paid FICA, that's my tax money, my money. Social Security in San Diego denied me my money, which they are not allowed to do, but they did. The judge ruled fully favorable decision. That's the best decision a judge can give you. Last year, August. So I came back to Pennsylvania to get on a senior housing building to get in, so I'm not homeless anymore because it's a 30-year check. But it's under renovation. They're going to house this year from August to December. I'm on the list, praying I get in. I call them, they know my number, they know where I am. That's what I'm trying to accomplish, is get in housing, not being homeless anymore, going back to normalcy. In the meantime, I went to San Francisco, Social Security, and I said to them, I want my SSD. You can't deny me. And he said, yeah, you have SSD money, apply. Well, I'd already applied in 2012. The judge gave me back to 2010. They should have gave me a check for 7 years retro. But they didn't give me anything, so I reapplied like he said. Well, didn't know what happened all these months. My money's not right, and I'm not SSI, which they're giving me SSI. They lowered my check a couple $100 from California.
So you are getting disability?
No.
Oh, you're not getting anything?
No, I'm getting SSI, but I'm not SSI, I'm SSD, a big difference. So New York said to me, we'll fix it. But they sent me a letter a week ago saying that the worker in California at San Francisco, where the judge said fully favorable and he should have put my money through, he X'd it out and he said she's not disabled. He's not allowed to go over the judge's head. He's a regular worker, and they're investigating what happened. They told me so far that's what happened.
I know.
They owe me a lot of money. If they, wait a minute, I had talked to a woman to buy a $38,000 RV, a beautiful $100,000 RV this couple used. She was handicapped, it's all handicap accessible. They moved to Hawaii, they were selling it. I would have not been homeless. I would have had my retro money. They owe me like $80,000. And they didn't give me shit. They didn't give me my money. And he told me, I said to him, you worked 35 years and paid FICA, I'm SSD. He goes, if you don't sign this paper for SSI, you're not getting any money. So I signed it under duress because I went 7 years with no money. I needed money.
So do you have any income now?
I get SSI, but I'm not SSI. $750.
Right.
Yeah.
And $750 isn't enough.
You can't live anywhere in New York for it. And
Or
food's
San
very
Diego.
expensive. No, San Diego waiting list is 5 or 10 years just to get a studio. They don't have any there. It's all for millionaires, you know. It's
720 isn't going to give you a place to stay.
no, and San Diego paid $980, which is what SSD would pay.
So you sleep out here on the sidewalk.
I'm 60 years old. I worked 35 years. I'm a college graduate. I have no record. I have never been arrested or accused of anything, and I sleep on the sidewalk. And that's what America's doing to senior citizens.
Now, why here? I know you said you feel safe, but why does this make you feel safe?
Well, because Modell's is open till late. Penn Station's open 24 hours a day. If it rains, I could go inside. If I need a bathroom, I could go inside. There's always someone, that restaurant's, McDonald's open 24 hours. That restaurant's open very late. So there's always people through here, around here.
You feel
I sleep
safe with
very
the
well.
people?
I live on my faith in Jesus. I sleep very well.
Do you feel safe with the people around all the time?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Because I've often wondered, sometimes homeless people pick places to sleep that are very public, and I
Yes.
think it's because that gives them security.
Yeah, I mean, no, I know some that prefer seclusion, that would go in a dark alley where there's no one, but I prefer it's lit up and it's a popular place, and there's people going to the train station all night long and eating and shopping, and you know, it's a busy area. I like it here.
What's your future like?
Well, I'm hoping to get my housing and just go back to normal life, but I'm sort of torn a little bit. I'm having a difficult time where I rolled with the punches and I let a lot of people wrong me. The government wronged me. They cheated me out of my money, and I'm getting a little bitter now, and I'm praying that I don't do that, go the wrong way. You know.
It's easy to get cynical and bitter out here.
Well, I should have never been homeless, and everyone in San Diego said that and knew that. And, you know, I should have had justice in the courtroom. I heard the lawyer was the bus driver's cousin, and she probably was. That would be so San Diego.
No, it's everywhere. I had a law case once that, you know, the deals are made behind the scenes. And
well, the judge did the right thing, though. He dismissed it without prejudice and said, I see your injuries, you have every right to sue. He's the only one that did the right thing. But I have to give him that. He did. He knew the truth, and he did the right thing.
What would you want people to know about homelessness that they probably don't know?
Well, I can tell you that they look at me every day. They make assumptions. They're the jury in the trial, and they judge you every day, all day long. They make assumptions. I've had women say I wear lipstick. I do wear lipstick. You know, if you're that petty in New York and you're the capital and you're all that, and you care that a homeless woman wears lipstick, I feel sorry for you. I mean, it's really pathetic. And I've had it said several times, my lipstick's under $3. But do they know that? No, because it's my color.
You know,
you know, I mean, come on.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because every time I interview a homeless woman who, you know, is taking care of herself
yeah.
and has makeup, people all, well, she's wearing makeup. How does she afford the makeup? She's homeless. She can't, you know.
And second of all, someone bought me the eyeshadow, and I joined Planet Fitness over here. It's a one-time startup fee, $16, $10 a month, and $40 one-time fee. And I take a shower every day so I can take care of myself. I don't want to offend people. I want to take care of myself. Someone else messed me up. I didn't mess myself up. But I just was shocked how petty women can be in New York. I was very surprised by that. I thought they were classier than that, but they're not. You know, if you're gonna judge me because I have lipstick on, I'll put it on more and more every day. I don't care. That's how I am.
You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta have some semblance of normal, you know.
Yeah, I went to work every day. You know what? I was where you were for 35 years. Maybe you're gonna one day be where I am. You can't never say never, because you don't know. An accident could turn you into a paraplegic, quadriplegic. You don't know. You don't know. Your life can change in a split second. Never say never. But the judgment of these people, and a lot of times, honestly, I laugh. I have a sign. They said I had the best sign in New York City because it says, I'm 60 and up for adoption. And I mean, people usually crack up. They crack up. And it's a crack up, and it makes them have fun. And you know, they're not really
smilers. Do you
have
the sign with you?
Not a.
Yeah, okay.
No, and usually I've had a lot of people stop and take pictures of it,
and that's a great sign.
And they'll laugh, and they'll even try not to, and they'll catch themselves laughing, you know. So it makes me have a good day when I work with the people like that, you know.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Well, I'm grateful for a lot of things, and my relationship with Jesus is the most important one. I'd like to get the apartment that I put in for. I will have money to buy furniture for it, you know, get a good night's sleep in the bed. And I pray that Richard Gere did a movie in New York City called Time Out of Mind, where he played a homeless man. I would like everyone to watch that movie. I think they should watch it. And, you know, maybe not looking at us, maybe looking at him, they'll understand things more, be more empathetic and understanding. but you be kind, just like you said, a smile, kindness. A man all day long brought me cold water, food to eat, and he said, I'm no one. This is nothing. He said, this is coming from higher up. And it was such a beautiful thing, it was so kind, and it makes you feel good. It just makes you feel normal, maybe.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hope I wasn't too harsh, but I was very honest.
Thank you, Gwen. So guys,
Cheers.
yeah.
Cheers.
It can happen to anybody, and you just don't ever know. But here's the thing, guys. This could happen to anybody. We don't know what's going to happen to us coming up in the future. And if we don't do something now to create enough affordable housing, this problem is only going to get worse. And if you don't want to ever wind up in those conditions, I would say, get on board with us. Get on board with us, because we have a solution to this problem. And it's very simple and it's very easy. And we can actually together, we the people of the United States can get united on this issue, and we can totally wipe out and end homelessness for our elderly people, at least for our elderly people and our disadvantaged, disabled people. This is not a hard thing to do. So Gwen is now sharing a picture of a little cabin that's built on a trailer. The thing about the tiny house movement that is so cool is that all you need is a little piece of land that is somewhere in a non-restricted area. And you just go in and you put in water lines and electrical lines and use solar panels and different things to make the houses more self-efficient. And you create little villages. So I'm from Austin, Texas, and I've been part of the tiny house movement for over 30 years or more. And in Austin, some of the preachers that I worked with down there, we catered to the needs of the homeless, as the homeless population was just growing like crazy in Austin. And there's a village down there that's been created, and it started out with little houses like this on trailers. And there's now hundreds of little houses down there, and they are, I'm up in North Texas now, but there's literally hundreds there, and they just brought several more acres so that they could add on and continue to expand the size of this operation. The average person living there is over 60. It's now been there for, I don't know, probably about 10 or 15 years now that it's been up and running. And they just keep adding more houses, and now they're building stick-built houses on the ground, actually. But it all started out with old RVs, and then taking old RVs and knocking off the top of them that's all rotten, and using that trailer to build another tiny house on it. So the thing about tiny houses built on trailers, though, is it is not considered a house. It's not taxable as a property improvement. It is considered an RV. So therefore, it's not taxable by the county as a property improvement, number one. But by going by the guidelines of the different states and the guidelines for RV parks, you can build these tiny structures. That little house right there probably can be built for around $20,000, maybe less, maybe a little more, depending on how much of the materials we use as repurposing stuff that gets donated, like windows, doors, tubs, and we're already stockpiling all of this in Texas, in Decatur, Texas. So we already have a piece of property to begin doing this. We're designating that property for our elderly veterans. We're calling it Coyote Canyon, and we're ready to start building the cabins out there. There's already power, utilities, septic, everything is out there. All we need to do is fund the property and have a source of income to keep continuing to fund that property. And we can house probably somewhere around 40 plus possibly veterans out there. We're going to specify this particular property for the needs of our disabled veterans, many of them needing having special needs with PSTD. So this is going to be a unique property just for the veterans to begin with. But then we're going to build more villages. And some of the villages may be just for elderly women that just want to live with women around them, just a bunch of old ladies. Maybe another property is for people in wheelchairs, and we put ramps and things in to accommodate them. And we provide buses that will help transport them to doctor's offices and things wherever they may need to go. So these are going to be communities as well, where their special needs are being addressed, and not just giving them housing, but also giving them the ability to have community, be safe, have a door they can lock, and then having different services available to them there. So, but how do you keep funding that? How do you keep funding it? There's a way. There's a way to fund all this and keep these villages funded ongoing. So it's as simple as this, guys. I'm going to share another screen with you. Can I take the screen share? You'll have to stop yours. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, all you have to do is share.
So, share screen. Alrighty, here we go. Funding these little villages is very simple. There's a business model called thrift stores that is a business that thrives in every economy, particularly well in a bad economy. And it's fueled by the fact that Americans are consumers. They're always buying stuff, and they have more than they want or need, and they just want to get rid of it. So they dump it off at thrift stores. But I think that when American citizens are aware that we are putting up thrift stores throughout the country that are catering to the needs of housing, providing affordable housing for our seniors and our veterans and our disabled people, I think we're going to see a turn in a change of mind and heart about where they go donate the stuff that they are willing to give away. So we are wanting to open up Blessed to Give homeless prevention thrift stores. And what you're looking at here right now is a property in Denton, Texas. In Denton, Texas, we have several 40-foot shipping containers and storage units, probably enough stuff already stockpiled to fill about a 6,000 square foot store. So what you're looking at here right now is a property that's actually for sale that sits in the middle of downtown Denton, in a very popular area, a lot of traffic around here. Denton is also a college town with about 4 colleges, and college students love thrift stores. You'll also notice that across the parking lot from the shared parking lot here, across the parking lot is an apartment complex where people who may need jobs can actually work at the thrift store and live in the apartment across the walkway there, just across the parking lot, making it very easy for them to get to work. That's another thing these thrift stores are going to do, is provide the community. So we're talking about that whole building from one end all the way to the other. It's about a half a city block here. And we have enough stuff already to fill up about half of that right now. We just need to get the building. We just need to get possession of the building. The other thing this building is going to be able to provide, and every thrift store will, is a food bank for people who need food, counseling services, and we're going to help people in the area that are being threatened by the possibility of eviction. If they can't pay their utility bills or rent, they will be evicted. So as we find people who have current housing and they need help to maintain that housing, these thrift stores are going to actually help people pay their rent and utilities as part of our homeless prevention program. But the thrift stores are going to be funding the ongoing financial needs of the little villages in the area. So what we want to do is start with this location in Denton, Texas, because we already have so much stuff there to sell, and because the Coyote Canyon for the veterans property is nearby. So Denton, Texas represents a very good location, an area for us to initiate and to storm this program into fruition for the rest of the nation. So what we want to do is just open one thrift store after the other. And every time we open a thrift store, we open little villages with tiny houses, and we're giving a lot of employment to people to build these houses that will continue to house people for eons and eons. Once we build a little house, these houses are going to be built like rock solid, so that they continue to house people ongoing for many, many, many years. So it's a self-sufficient system of taking care of the homeless without relying on the government, without relying on grants, without relying on whether or not a company or a foundation is going to give us that money to continue to be able to operate. This is totally funded by the thrift stores and the people of America contributing 4 little quarters every week, $1 every week, a commitment to a $5 withdrawal that they've set up on a monthly withdrawal through our fundraising platform. $5 a month, $1 a week, basically. And that goes into helping us obtain properties like this so that we can get this thrift store up and operating, and then go open another one and another one and another one until we have covered from shore to shore of this nation thrift stores in every community, and built tiny house communities for the homeless, aging people of those communities all across this country. We, the people, can take care of this problem, and we can probably do a better job of it than the government ever would anyway, without them raising our taxes to cover the cost, and then the landlords raising rents even higher again. This is essential that we all get the word out about this as soon as possible. Just get it to everybody. Tell everybody about it, particularly people who are involved with their churches, pastors, ministers. These are the people that need to spread the word to other people. This is our responsibility, is to take care of our fellow Americans who are struggling with homelessness. This is something we need to take care of. We, the people, as God has called on us to do this. 4 little quarters a week. Nobody's going to miss it. It's not a big enough pinch on your pocketbook that you're even going to feel it. And every time you see that $5 go out of your bank account, you will say, I helped create that housing. I'm helping many, 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 many people in their suffering. It's something to be proud of. I think it's better to make America proud again than really to make it great again. I'm not going to get political here either way, but I'm going to say, if we don't take care of our people, can we really be proud? If our veterans are sleeping in tents in the streets and in the bushes, can we really be proud? I find it a very hard thing to do. I think that when we open that first store, and I'm praying for it to be this property you're looking at right now, but when we open this first store and we build that first tiny house that gets planted out there at the Coyote Canyon, and then see that develop into 20, 30, 40 more houses out there, 20, 30, 40 more veterans being taken out of the bushes and off of the streets, and we build another little village for women that are homeless in the street, and we build another village for the disabled, all coming out of the money generated in that store, while we take our 1 million people strong that generated the money to buy that store, we take those same people and the next $1 million that they pull in together, $1 a person, 1 million people, that's $1 million. $1 million. So 1 million people strong means $1 million every week. This property is for sale for $3 million. We only need 1 million people to put their $5 up for us to be able to buy that property, buy all the clothes racks, POS systems, everything that we need to make that operational, a delivery truck to go pick up the donations when people call and say, come get everything in the house. 1 million people that just put up their $5 for their first month. That's $5 million. We got this. 1 million people's all it takes. And then that 1 million people, the next month pay another $5. That's another 5 million. We go open another store in another state, in another community, wherever there are people who say, yes, we need a shelter here. We need this here. And we're willing to help work with this store, manage the store, get it up and running. We got people here who want to do this. Boom. We go find a property and we set it up. And then we take that million people strong and we go do it again the next week in another place. Every week we could be opening another store in another location, which will be funding more little villages to house these people in need. We can't do this fast enough. They are multiplying in numbers right now so fast. Every day, another generation turns of age. I'm not saying 18, I'm saying 65. And they're being forced into living on their fixed income of Social Security. It's happening every single day. So it's multiplying by the days. It is going to take a lot for us to catch up with what's already happened. But if we don't start now, we're going to be behind even more. And literally, people are dying in the streets. They die when it's cold. They freeze to death. They die in the heat because of the heat exhaustion. It happens every day, and you don't even hear about it because they're just homeless people living in the street. Doesn't make the news or anything. Nobody talks about it. They talk about the gangsters out there shooting up each other, but they don't talk about the elderly homeless people that die every day in the streets. And our veterans who went to war are coming home to live in another war zone and die in our streets. That's pathetic. It's pathetic. And there's such a simple solution to it right here. We provide jobs. We help our veterans. A lot of them aren't getting their VA benefits, and people don't realize this. They're not getting their benefits. They have mental illness. They're suffering PTSD, and the suicide rate among our veterans is so high. They need community, and they need counseling, and they need safe places to sleep. We need to do this for them. We all need to come together and do this for them. And maybe even because one day you may need one of these little cabins yourself. You just don't know. Things happen. Things happen. Some people think, oh, my kids will take care of me. Oh, I have enough. I'll be going into a nursing home. Things happen. I've seen people think they had it all planned out, had it all worked out, and it didn't come out that way. So think about it. Really, is it going to hurt you to make a commitment to $5 a month? 4 quarters a week. 4 quarters a week. So yeah, maybe on a 4-week month, it's an extra quarter for you each week to do that $5 commitment. But really, even at 5 quarters, it's still less than a cup of coffee. It's time for America to pull together. This is one issue we together can take care of. We can resolve this problem, and we can prepare for the future in doing it. And we can do this better than waiting for the government to do it. So I say, let's pull together. Let's get it done. Gwen, I'm going to turn it back to you, and I'm going to say, God bless. Thank you all for being here tonight. And find that button. Gwen's going to show you about the button where you can become one of the 1 in a million founders of Blessed to Give Homeless Prevention, and be proud. And please share be sure you get on our YouTube link. We post these lives on the YouTube. Be sharing the YouTube videos with everybody you know. Have them watch it. Beg them to watch it. A lot of people just aren't aware of what the new face of homelessness is now. And this requires all of us to pull together. So Gwen, I'm going to turn it back over to you, and I'm going to say, God bless, good night, and I will hang around for questions once Gwen gets finished.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lizelle. Thank you for your passionate plea. And thank you for this mission and this program and this plan of action. See, we don't just come on here and talk about the problems, even though we could talk on and on and on about the problems. But what we're doing are bringing solutions, real, viable, self-sustaining, achievable solutions. Your change will make a change. Your change will make a change. 4 quarters, $1, or more as the Lord lays on your heart. We're not going to turn away more. We need people to come together. This is, as you see, we have the building, we have the tiny houses, we have the land, we have the merchandise to stock the stores. This is happening. Now, I want to put out a cry to the Christians. You know, there are many Christians out here, and we're wondering what to do until Jesus come back. Well, the orders were given long time ago, and those orders have not changed. We have the Great Commission to house the homeless and feed the hungry. Now is the time. We blessed to give homeless prevention. We're at the forefront of this thing. There are many programs out there who have temporary solutions, but this is a gaping wound that will not, a Band-Aid will not fix it. We come to suture it up. We come to, with the doctor, with the physician, with the surgeon, to provide a permanent solution. Now, I tell you, my heart cried when this woman, and she said, the Lord Jesus Christ, I'm telling y'all something. We don't know when we entertain angels unaware. Stop passing people on the street, passing judgment. Judge not, lest ye also be judged by the same measure. I'm talking to folks who know the word. Stop that judging and help. Help. Be a blessing so that you can be blessed. That's seed time and harvest. That's God's way. And as long as the earth remains, that'll be the way. So here we have bless and be blessed in veteran homelessness. So how do you get to this page? Now, this page is beautiful. You can select here if it's a one-time gift, a monthly gift, or a yearly gift. And you can select the predetermined amounts, or you can type in what you want to give. We're offering people, we're inviting people to join the 1 in a Million Founders Club, where you will receive a certificate. Your name will be on a plaque in the stores. You will give in the name of a loved one who may have passed away. Give in the name of a family member, a loved one that's a veteran, that was a veteran or is a veteran. Give in the name of your mother or father, or brothers or sisters, nieces or nephews, children who have left this earth, so that their name and their legacy live on. I know I'm putting one for my mother, Ola Mae Robinson. I want to see her name shining bright forever. If there's someone in your life who I want their name to live on. I want people to know that this person was the salt of the earth. This person was an angel among men. This is your opportunity. So don't sleep on this opportunity. And I'm asking God to pierce your heart, trouble your mind, because I want you to be blessed too. And so bless and be blessed. Come on. So, and that's the 1 in a million is $5 a month because that's the least amount. So 4 weeks, and we'll just bump it up to 5 weeks. Some months have extra a week. That's less than a McDonald's meal at this point in time. Change will make a change. We have this. All right. So this is where you go right here. Now, how do you get to this page? We are going to get the direct link for it. But in the meantime, what you do, you go to our funnel. This funnel is so powerful because it provides some statistics. This funnel will also always provide the updated information. I'm trying to change my screen. Okay, there you go. There are some videos here, but right here, there are several places on this funnel that says click here to give your blessing. And when you click there, it will take you to our donation page. All right. And just make your contribution. Make several as the Lord leads you and as the Lord moves you. If you can afford to do more than $5 a month without hurting yourself, do it. Do it. Get involved. Hit this thing like you hitting your hardest enemy, because homelessness, poverty, and lack is our enemy. It is a curse and it's a scourge on this earth. So anytime somebody gives me the opportunity to give a black eye, I'm putting on the gloves. I hope you do too. All right, and they have some statistics about homelessness with senior citizens. It has, this is called Veterans Row, and this is a place where veterans have pitched their tents. They're still flying the American flag, homeless veterans. And this property is owned or operated and used by the VA, Veterans Administration. But they won't even let them camp on the nice, cushy, gated, safe grounds. They have to pitch their tents outside. And many of these veterans, they stick close to the VA because they're fighting to get their benefits, their medical, the treatments they need, their money. So this tells a bit about that. And again, I said there are a lot of statistics. In 2023, a staggering 67,000 homeless veterans. And that was just in one area. That's not all of America. So you want to come over here to this funnel and learn some things, get educated, see why we're doing what we're doing. And then you'll get even more information about Coyote Canyon, which is a property that's we already have stockpiling with bathtubs, doors, windows, material. There's a VFW who individual, their whole VFW, they're getting volunteers. There are school children in a carpentry program. I mean, this thing is going to happen. This thing is happening. The utilities are already ran. Learn a little bit more about Coyote Canyon. All right, and then this is some more. Join the movement. Well, this is an invitation. And also share the good news. Share the good news that help is on the way, that there is hope, there is a solution. Let people out there who are doing temporary things, because that's all they can do. Maybe they're giving socks. God gave them a ministry to give socks to the homeless, and that's all they can do. Don't you know they want to do more than give socks? But that's all they can do. Tell them about bless and be blessed so that they can link arms with us. They're already out there doing the work. Now we can help them be more efficient and more effective and provide long-term, self-sustaining help. All right. And then this is one of my favorite. We don't play this because we don't own the rights to the song. But I tell you, I challenge anybody to go on here and listen to this video. This right here is our theme song. there, but for the grace of God, it could have been me. This could be any of us. I tell people here in Florida, there are hurricanes, tornadoes, floods. All of us in Florida is one strong wind away from a tree falling on a house. I just had a investment property just remodeled, brand new roof. A storm came and knocked a big, huge tree branch onto the roof. We came out better because the house up the street, a huge tree fell down the center of the house, took it out. It's gone. Didn't nobody think in that house that they would be homeless? Oh, come on, So, and then here again at the bottom is another place where you can click to get to our fundraising page. This is a mission, the new face. We are introducing people to the new face of homelessness. So even if you talk to people and they say, "Oh man, they drug addicts," because I have people, I'll give change to people. Oh, they just gonna go get liquor. They just gonna go get drugs. They just gonna stop. They're judging. Judge not, at least she also maybe judged. Maybe it's somebody who fell off of a bus and got robbed of a lawsuit that's using. I mean, she's smart, college graduate. She got a membership at the gym where she can go get a shower, so she's not looking downtrodden. That's what a college education do for you, but it clearly is not enough to keep you off the street. So this is Bless and Be Blessed. Make some noise. Tell the world. Tell them we have a permanent solution. We're locking arms. We're in the fight. And Lizelle is tough. Listen, I've had a calling on my life for 30 years to bring God's people out of debt. That's why I do what I do. And when I met Lizelle, her and my life mirror so much. That girl is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. She says she's going to do it. Guess what's going to happen? It's going to get done. And then me, I don't play. I turned $35 to a six-figure income. I don't play. God said it. We believe it. And that settles it. And we have other soldiers, many other soldiers who are just as dedicated to this mission as we are. This is going to get done. We're giving you an invitation to join us. That's all I got. And you can find all of our links by going to facebook.com/bless, BLESS, and Be Blessed with the ED on the end, homeless prevention. I implore you to join the fight. We're going to be ringing the bell this week coming up. We're going to be putting on that funnel the names. We're starting to put the names of the 1 in a million Founders Club. You want to get in there, and we're going to have some announcements on some other fundraising events that will be taking place. That's all I have. We thank you for joining us.
I do want to make one more little comment here. Guys,
okay.
To get to that funnel where you can become a 1 in a million founder here, you need to go to blessandbeblessed.org. It's right there on that picture, blessandbeblessed.org. It is not on, that funnel link is not on our Facebook page. Facebook is blocking it, actually. They blocked that. Yeah. That domain name is being blocked by Facebook. Another big problem right there. But at any rate, blessandbeblessed.org. That will take you to the funnel where you can watch those videos and hit those buttons to become a founder. So thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you, Gwen, again for being the MC and doing such a wonderful job. Guys, we're excited. We want to see this store open. We want to see this store open as soon as possible. There are people need this right now. I think we got some hands up. Do we have hands up there?
Here we have And I wanted to say one more thing, then we open in the floor for comments and words. Everyone, please join the Facebook page. This is going to be one of the fastest ways for us to get the word out. You can send out 1,000 invitations to join the Facebook page every day. All right, that's it.
And if you want to share our videos, there's a YouTube channel. All of our videos are uploaded on the YouTube channel every night. So you can go there. And to get to that, you just go to youtube.com/ and you put the @ in. Let's end poverty. Let's end poverty. I mean, not poverty, I'm sorry. Let's end homelessness. Let's end homelessness. That's how you get to the YouTube stuff. But you know, and you will find all the links also on the YouTube channel in the description area. But the more we share all this information, people are just not aware. They really aren't. And they have no clue. I mean, I myself, just in the last couple of days, have learned even more about the issues of homelessness, like the fact that it's grown 20% in the last couple of weeks. And that percent is all pretty much aging people, the
Wow.
aging homeless. It's an epidemic, guys. It's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. We got to do something now. We got to act fast.
Jacqueline, we have Jacqueline hand up, and then
Good evening.
Susan. Jacqueline Hudson.
Yes, I have a question. She was talking about going on and signing up for the one in a million opportunity. I did it early last month, like on the 6th. So
were we still using GoFundMe then? If you did it on the GoFundMe program,
I did it on Bless and Be Blessed.
Well, we've changed. We were using GoFundMe, but GoFundMe took 18% of everything, and we found a different platform. And GoFundMe did not have the option either. The new platform will let you set up that monthly subscription payment so that you don't miss it. And so you probably want to go back onto the link and do it again, this time through the Zeffy. We love Zeffy. But yeah, so the GoFundMe thing, if you came in before we switched over to Zeffy, the GoFundMe thing would have required you to keep going in there every month to do that. But now we have Zeffy.
Oh, okay.
So
that was my
makes
question.
it easy so people don't miss it. Yeah. Because we sure need that monthly payment. That's a very big thing. You know, 1 million people doing it every month means we're opening hundreds of thousands of stores across the country. And we are then funding with an ongoing source of support many, many, many little villages.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And I look forward to joining me on the 1 in a Million Founders Club, because I'm over there.
Yeah, I went on there and I did it for $5 a month, so it could come out every month. And that's why I was asking the question, do I have to go back on and redo it again? Because
only if you did it on the GoFundMe thing, you would need to go in and do it again to start the subscription, because GoFundMe didn't have a monthly option there.
Okay.
There's just a one-time payment thing. So
okay, gotcha.
And
so
we'll
hit
be
that
able
blessedbeblessed.org, and it'll take you to where you can hit those buttons again.
And we'll double check in the back office and let you know. Thank you, Jacqueline. Susan, your hand is up.
My question is, I typed in my browser, youtube.com/ let's end homelessness. It's the wrong link.
You have to put an @ after the /.
Oh, sorry about that. Didn't hear that part.
No problem. Yeah, youtube.com / let's end homelessness.
Okay, I just added it.
And you can also go to my Facebook wall if you're connected to me.
Okay.
You know, and just, you know, if y'all will watch me, what I post on there, y'all can just go share it. Share it.
Yeah,
on
I did. I posted the most recent one at the time of what you had on there onto my wall on Facebook.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'm going to bookmark
we share the word. It's all about continuing to just keep blasting it out there in front of people till everybody in the country has seen it a million times. And there's nobody left that hasn't contributed, hadn't become part of the solution. So,
Right.
yeah. Anybody else got questions tonight? Anybody? All right. Well, let's get that store opened up. Let's show it again here. I'm going to take the screen share again. Can you
Okay.
make me a screen share? And,
Yep, I'm gonna stop sharing.
I just got to tell y'all, this store is so incredible. I actually found this place over a year ago, and it's still on the market because it's a very unique property. I've been watching it for a while. It's plenty big enough, and it's in a very good location for the people that would shop. I don't know if y'all can hear. And a very, very busy area. So anyway, it's been empty for a long time. And it's owned by a realtor group. So this property is owned by a real estate. So this is a property. Some realtors own it together. And it's that whole building, guys. It's that whole building. It covers the end of a city block, and it's 1 block off of the main square of this very, very busy little town. So we have so much room in this building right here. It's well over 6,000 square feet. I don't remember the square footage on it exactly. It's probably twice that much, if not more. These front little buildings right here are going to serve as, I'm imagining that the front little offices right there have an opening to this front street area, which across the street has a great bakery. But we have room to have so much going on in here. Counseling. This is for the most part, from the end down there where you see the red brick, it comes up, and there's that used to be a restaurant down in that end of it. So I'm imagining we can have a little coffee shop in there, and maybe have some treats that people don't get in normal places, like especially croissants or something. There's apartment complexes on both sides of the building there. You can see the red brick over there. That's apartment complexes. All back up in there, there's apartment complexes for a lot of people that work in the downtown area, people that are employed by the colleges here. And so there's a lot of people there that would be coming over and patronizing this. So the coffee shop, maybe having lunches in there, having a little sandwich bar kind of a thing, then a huge display area that opens up where you see that part of the building. So there's another apartment complex over across the parking lot. I mean, that's just a few steps away for people who might need a job, and we can get them a little apartment over there or some shared apartment. They can share apartments, roommates. The building itself is actually zoned residential, retail, and restaurant. All three have been in there. So it has actually been used as a shelter before. So we can house people even within the thrift store itself. It just serves so many purposes. And on the back side of the building, there's a street. So this is on the corner of this block. And the other side of the building actually backs up to the cross street behind it. There's doors back there for areas for having a food pantry where we can have people coming and picking up food that need food. On the back side of the thrift store, people come in there, and the front of the area right here is an intake area for people who need help with rent and utility assistance. That's a couple little offices right up here in the front. So people who are coming to get help with rent and utilities, they can come in through there. And all the rest of it, all the way back through there, we have so much space. Look at all that. It just goes on and on and on. There's so much floor space in there. So much floor space. And of course, we want to have a computer lab and financial education, helping people with their finances. There's the room, the area right there with those brown awnings is one little, like a classroom, a perfect area for a classroom. So I've actually been in this building all through it. And there's an area upstairs for our corporate offices. So this can be the main headquarters of Bless and Be Blessed Homeless Prevention in the offices that are upstairs at the other end of the building. Then as it goes back, go back, this will loop around again. But there's plenty of room for big offices upstairs for our main hub of all these stores and all of the villages and everything. It can, all the bookkeeping, all of the office part of it can be operated from that same building. So I just think it's a perfect location. The demographics are great, and the ability to, you know, the community around it would be very, very supportive, both in coming in and buying from the thrift store, but also the people around there that would donate in the area. Denton is a kind of a pricey town, and there's some areas very close by with neighborhoods that are, you know, we're talking multi-million-dollar homes. Those people donate a lot of really nice stuff. So I just think this is, for a starter location, I've had this place on my mind for over a year, and it's still available. So you know, let's just make it happen. It's just a matter of, do we just make it happen? Anyway, I'll leave it with that. And I'm going to say good night and God bless everybody. Thanks for being here. Thank you for all you're doing to share this with millions of people, because that's what it's going to take. We need millions of people to get on board with this for us to take this nationwide. We need millions of people to understand that we are better off taking matters in our own hands to take care of these elderly people and in this homelessness. We're much better off to do it ourselves than to rely on the government to do it. It'll hurt us. It'll backfire on us if we wait for the government to do it. So anyway, thank you all so much. And I look forward to seeing you. We will have a call again tomorrow night. It's Sunday. We typically do a morning training for people who want to really get busy learning how to share this with other people, and about some of the tools and things that we have, emails, printed materials, things that you can get your hands on. We do a training here in the mornings on Monday through Saturday, and help you get all those things if you want to help distribute printed materials and things like that. So, but the more you can send out, or get people on our YouTube channel watching all these videos that we've already done, that's the best thing you can do, really. And the link to the funnels on the YouTube channel in the description area, as well as the link to the Facebook page. So if you find us on YouTube, you can get to all the other links from there easy. All right, I'm going to say good night and God bless, and thank you all for caring, sharing, and being here, and being part of this, and being one of the first million people to be committed to getting our homeless people off the streets. God bless. Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Gail, good night. Gail, can you please pull up the pledge? I'm going to say good night to everyone.
Thank you, Glenn. I almost forgot the pledge. I'm so excited that I found this video. Y'all made that video over a year ago. And I just stumbled on it today and remembered I had it. So
amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pretty amazing. All right, who's going to lead the pledge? Is anybody left here with us?
I'm here.
Who's me? Who's
Diane.
I'm? Diane. All right, Diane, you want to lead?
There's a lot of people left with us.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right.
Everybody unmute their mics and repeat after me. Crusaders pledge to eradicate poverty. I have been blessed with the knowledge and the weapon.
I have been blessed with the knowledge and the weapon
That will eradicate poverty simply and easily.
that will eradicate poverty simply and easily.
I have the power and the solution.
I have the power and the solution
To help end the problems that poverty breeds.
to help end the problems that poverty breeds.
I am an intricate part of ending the suffering.
I am an intricate part of ending the suffering
Of millions of people around the world.
of millions of people around the world.
I respect and honor the privilege and ability.
I respect and honor the privilege and ability
That has been bestowed on me.
that has been bestowed on me
To make a difference in poverty.
to make a difference in poverty.
I will not waste time.
I will not waste time.
I hasten to the call of duty
I
I
hasten to the
hasten
call of
to the call
duty
of duty
and pledge to give my best every day to this cause.
and
and
pledge
pledge
to
to
give
give
my
my
best
best
give
every
my
day
every
to
best
this
day to
every
this
day
cause
to
cause
this cause.
In the interest of all mankind.
in the
in
interest
the
of
interest
all
Interest of all
mankind.
mankind.
Before my God,
Before my God,
My God,
who wants his people to prosper,
who
who
wants his
wants
people
wants
to
to
his people to
prosper,
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 I make this pledge.
I
I
make
make
this
this
I
pledge.
make
pledge.
this pledge.
And I pray for the well-being and success of all my fellow crusaders.
And I
And I
pray
pray
for the
for the
well-being and
well-being and success of
of all
all
my
my
fellow
fellow
crusaders.
crusaders.
Fellow crusaders.
Semper Fi.
Semper
Semper
Fi.
Fi.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you so much, Diane.
Thank you.
All
Good
right.
night,
I
Gwen.
think
Good night, Lisa.
our youngest new recruit is eager every night to join us in the pledge.
Oh, wonderful.
Adonis McKnight.